Okay, we're recording, we've got lights, we're looking good. Welcome back to another episode in this mini series of creating a YouTube channel. Today I want to talk about the number one rule when we're creating a YouTube video channel, whatever it may be, anything on YouTube. The number one rule. I know there's a lot of videos out there, a lot of creators, a lot of gurus giving you the top 5 things to do or to not do. But this is what I believe is the number one thing you have to do to start a YouTube channel. This is the number one rule. And I'm learning from experience why this is the number one rule. And you ready for it? You gotta hit record. So to give you a little backstory, I came up with this idea that I wanted to create for one of these videos. And it was gonna be a longer video, longer content, because I thought, let's try something that requires a little bit more patience on my end. And so I got my camera set up, I had a few different angles, got my lighting set up, and I go and I hit record, and I start going, and when I finished, 40 minutes later, I realized one of the cameras was not running. I never hit record, and it was the main camera of the content. And so there went 40 minutes of my time creating this out the window. There's nothing I could do. Honestly, I sat there and I laughed and thought, wow, really? But this principle, this key, this number one rule, I think is applicable not just when you have good content that you want to film, but it's when you're starting, okay? It's so terrifying to hit that record button for the first time, to talk to the camera by yourself, nobody's around. My wife thinks that I'm just kind of crazy because she's like, well, you're just talking to yourself. You're right. And that's part of the fear, but you have to go past that. You have to be willing to hit record so that you can take that first step. Now, this series for me, like I said in a previous video, this series is for me to step out of that comfort zone and to create something, okay? And you can't really do that unless you're willing to hit record. Yeah, it's scary. Yeah, you'll think you'll sound like an idiot. You'll feel like you hate the sound of your voice, whatever it may be. Those emotions, those feelings are normal, but you have to be willing to step past that and look past it and think, you know what, this is just a step in the direction that I want to take in order to take my life to where I want to be. And so, yeah, it was a hard lesson to learn. It sucked because, 40 minutes of my time out the window, nothing I can do. But now I've learned that it's okay to take the first, 30 seconds, minute, 5 minutes, whatever it may be, of filming to make sure, okay, are my cameras on? Is the lighting on? Does it look good? And use that extra roll of film to make sure that everything is on, okay? You're gonna hear a lot of different other views of people of, maybe not as obvious tips for starting YouTube, but this is the number one rule for me in my book, is always hit record. You're not gonna regret it. Because worst case scenario, you just delete the video. But if you don't hit record, there's not gonna be anything to delete or to load onto YouTube. Number one rule, always hit record. Whether you're starting, whether you're a veteran with YouTube, don't forget to hit that record button. And as for hitting buttons, don't forget, if you want to follow this journey, hit subscribe, comment below of anything else you think I should try, and we'll see you in the next video. See ya.